Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, we're twirling and spinning with our Director of the Month, Busby Berkeley. First, Ruby Keeler goes on stage a chorus girl and comes back a star in 42nd Street. Then Busby turns his chorus girls into a string of neon violins in the musical extravaganza Gold Diggers of 1933. And James Cagney hustles the cast of his mini-musicals like a whirlwind in Footlight Parade. Hop on the Busby Berkeley bandwagon with Turner Classic Movies tonight.
Blackie, get out of this. Take me out of this.
Quiet, quiet.
Blackie, please listen.
Quiet, quiet.
All right.
His roguish charms seduced the most sophisticated of women.
You have brains, but on you the brawn is so becoming.
They would lose all control within his passionate embrace.
Why don't you jump in and get wet all over? You'd feel better.
He mesmerized with a single glance.
Why do you stare at me so?
Was I staring?
And his animal magic made them hungry for more.
Why don't you kiss me?
None of the fools you've ever known have kissed you like this, have they? You're Charles or you're Frank or you're stupid Ashley.
What was that certain something that Clark Gable possessed? That magic, that charm that captivated both his on-screen leading ladies and an adoring public that followed his every move? Was it the twinkle in his eye, the dimple in his cheek? Was it his dashing demeanor? Or was it something more elusive?
Afraid you're weakened?
I could dance with you all day. And it wouldn't mean a thing.
Whatever MGM's top box office star possessed, this once awkward son of an oil driller went on to become the king of Hollywood, adored by fans and leading ladies as he adored them.
I'll be in Austin in 30 days. Will you be there?
Why, Minnie, did you ever know me not to get someplace where a beautiful woman is waiting for me?
Billy Clark Gable was born February 1st, 1901. He was bitten by the acting bug early in life and went on to study acting with drama coach Josephine Dillon. Miss Dillon took a strong liking to the boy despite his awkward and rough-and-tumble appearance. She coached him in proper diction, then helped him get tiny parts in silent films, like a locker room extra in the 1926 feature The Plastic Age, and a background dancer in the 1925 film The Merry Widow. Shortly thereafter, Josephine married her prize student, who was then 23 years old. She was 37. The first evidence of Gable's charismatic style and manner surfaced in 1931 when he appeared in The Painted Desert.
Maybe I could work it out around here long enough to get me a horse. Starting tonight.
MGM took notice of this dynamic young actor and quickly cast him in another 1931 film, The Easiest Way, in which he played a glorified laborer with lots of sex appeal. Audiences loved him instantly, and Clark Gable was on his way to MGM stardom.
What do you want?
Yes.
Why, you crummy convict. Who do you think you're talking to?
In most of his earlier films, Gable treated women rough, and they liked it.
Now beat it.
Thank you.
If they didn't, they asked for it.
Oh, baby, you come with me, yes?
Yeah, get away. And you left me flat. Explain nothing. Because a drunken, washed-out tramp said I wasn't good enough for you.
How dare you?
All right, sit down and take it and like it.
Men liked Clark Gable because he was tough, a real man's man, often playing laborers, farmers, or ranchers. In his personal life, Gable enjoyed hunting and fishing and made a name for himself in the U.S. Air Force during World War II. He worked his way up from private to first lieutenant, winning his silver wings. Gable had become the ultimate in American masculinity. He worked hard, played hard, and loved hard.
You turned me out while you chased Ashley Wilkes, while you dreamed of Ashley Wilkes. This is one night you're not turning me out.
He also married hard, 5 times in fact. Gable was also reported to have had affairs with co-stars Lana Turner, Joan Crawford, Loretta Young, and Carol Lombard, whom he later married. According to Joan Crawford, her affair with Gable lasted a lifetime.
I don't know what you'll look like tomorrow, but right now, baby, you're the most beautiful dame in the world.
In her autobiography, Crawford said, "I don't believe any woman is telling the truth if she ever worked with Gable and didn't feel twinges of a sexual urge beyond belief." The public responded with similar passion. Women simply couldn't get enough of the king.
Come on. Put him around me.
Dance upon the bentley of our bounds down the levee, all misfits, putting on the ritz. That's where he...
Although Gable was secretly pleased that he had come to be known as the King of Hollywood, he confessed, "There's no special light that shines inside me and makes me a star. I'm just a lucky slob from Ohio. I happened to be in the right place at the right time, and I had a lot of smart guys helping me, that's all." That may be true for Gable, but to millions of fans, there was a special light. An elusive, unmistakable charm and charisma that was the essence of Gable, one of Hollywood's brightest stars.
Don't miss a birthday tribute to the King of Hollywood, Clark Gable, starting with Cain and Mabel at 6 a.m. Eastern, Sunday on Turner Classic Movies.
Hollywood, the sensation of the moment is the picture called 42nd Street, into which Warner Brothers have put stars, girls, beauty, and talent in lavish quantities. 42nd Street is a story within a story, a show within a show, a backstage drama of kicking heels, smiling faces, and heavy hearts. It reveals the drama behind the production of a big Broadway musical, from the rehearsals to the grand finale. To bring this tremendous production to the screen, they've used 10 famous stars, including Bede Daniels, Warner Baxter, Ruby Keeler, George Brent, Dick Powell, Ginger Rogers, Una Merkel, Guy Kibbe, George E. Stone, Alan Jenkins, Lyle Talbot. 200 beautiful girls were picked from more than 5,000 applicants for work in these amazing chorus ensembles. Luxurious settings, spectacular dance routines, set to the rhythm of inspiring music, in scenes never before attempted on stage or screen. These flashes give you but a brief glimpse into the production of 42nd Street. But to appreciate the bigness of the picture, the tenderness of the story, the dramatic scenes enacted by its many stars, the power and gripping suspense of the entire production, you must see it for yourselves. It is one of the most dramatic stories ever screened, glorious, thrilling, and unforgettable.
Come and meet those dancing feet. On the avenue, I'm taking you to 42nd Street. And the beat of dancing feet. It's a song I love, the melody of 42nd Street. It's the licking song of picking, innocent and sweet. Sexy ladies from the 80s who are in this street. The big parade goes on for years. It's rhapsody of melody. Naughty, 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 and
Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, dance genius Busby Berkeley and vivacious blonde Joan Blondell team up for a triple feature. First, showgirl Joan goes husband hunting as one of the gold diggers of 1933. Then Secretary Joan keeps boss James Cagney on his toes while marching in Busby's Footlight Parade. And chorus girl Joan blackmails stuffy Hugh Herbert into financing a Broadway show in Dames. Turner Classic Movies lines up a bevy of beauties tonight.
dames, dazzling displays of dames, geometric patterns of dames, tap dancing platoons of dames. That's the Busby Berkeley style. From the depths of the Depression to the glory days of the movie musical, director Busby Berkeley created lavish productions like nothing else ever seen on film.
Busby was a creative genius. Busby actually invented the musical as we knew it then.
Busby Berkeley came to Hollywood from Broadway in 1930 to choreograph Eddie Cantor movies for Goldwyn. But it was at Warner Brothers that his genius really flourished. Beginning as dance director for the backstage musical 42nd Street, he created numbers that never would have been possible on a real stage. But it wasn't only the choreography that made Berkeley's numbers so spectacular. He only used one camera, but he made it do things it had never done before. He invented a unique monorail system to enhance camera dimension and mobility. He even drilled holes in ceilings for his famous overhead shot, causing one angry executive to exclaim, "Now Berkeley's going through the roof."
Busby Berkeley would have a man with a rope tied around his waist, and he'd go up into the ceiling of the studios, and he'd be looking through the finder of the camera, and oftentimes he'd step off into nothing.
In 1939, Berkeley moved to MGM and continued to work his magic, beginning with a memorable series of musicals with the studio's singing and dancing sweethearts, Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney. The energy the couple projected on screen and into audience hearts came directly from the enthusiastic spirit of Busby Berkeley.
Buzz gave you that. He'd look at you before you'd take it. He'd say, "All right, here we go, kids. Here we go. Get ready. Quiet, everybody. Let's have fun doing this one."
But others learned that behind Berkeley's energetic style lurked a driven perfectionist.
He was tough. I mean, if I'd say, "Mr. Berkeley, I've got a blister. My foot is hurting. Can I stop for a while?" He'd say, "Nope. We have to finish this." He was very dangerous to work for because he didn't really care whether you got killed or not. The thing was, get the shot.
And Berkeley got the shots, plenty of them. But by the mid-50s, his extravagant entertainments were out of style and too costly to produce. The musical's reigning master was directing only special sequences in other people's movies. But even then, he could still create a spectacle. His last film was 1962's Jumbo, and the magic still worked. Before his death in 1976, Busby Berkeley saw a revival and renewed appreciation of his work. Gene Kelly said, "If anybody wants to learn what can be done with a camera, they should study every shot Busby Berkeley ever made." And Berkeley himself summed up his career by saying, "A lot of people used to believe I was crazy, but I can truthfully say one thing. I gave him a show."
Kaleidoscopes of dancing legs and chorus lines of smiling ladies. The films of Director of the Month Busby Berkeley continue next on Turner Classic Movies.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present the nation's latest craze, the most amazing musical aggregation I have ever seen or heard. Freddie Fisher and his Schnickelfritz Band. I first heard them in a nightclub in St. Paul, Minnesota. I immediately wired Warner Brothers to secure them for my latest picture, Gold Diggers in Paris. Here they are. I give you Freddie Fisher and his Schnickelfritz Orchestra. Well, Freddie, what happened?
Huh?
Where are the rest of the boys?
This is the Gold Diggers picture, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, they're over watching the girls rehearse for the big musical number.
Well, that's just fine. Here we are all ready to go, and you're the only one here.
Oh, don't worry, Professor Valley. I can get them here in a flash with a smash.
want you to play. I merely wanted you to say hello to the audience.
Next month on TCM.
You gotta show a movie to party. It's a Hollywood law.
There's a lot going down in these tales of Tinseltown, and great films are coming around.
We are trying to make a movie here.
Next month, Turner Classic Movies presents Hollywood on Hollywood. Movies about making movies.
Quiet.
February 2nd through the 8th.
Can we talk about something other than Hollywood? No.
We've got a legend in the biz, and we're throwing a birthday bash with the best of Liz.
Our star of the month is screen legend Charlton Heston. Our director of the month is Irving Rapper. Plus movie couples on Valentine's Day, an Elizabeth Taylor birthday celebration, and much more. It's all coming next month on Turner Classic Movies.
Next month on TCM.
He's like a walking encyclopedia. He knows every picture, who was in it, who the character actors were, who the director was, who the producer, even the cameraman. It's just incredible. He's got that type of brain.
I think he really knows more about movies, old ones and new ones, than anybody I know.
He's loaded with talent because a lot of people look up to him, like him, and respect, which is a great word. They respect Robert Osborne.
Robert Osborne. His unique insights are just one more difference between classic movies and Turner Classic Movies.
He really does know more about my movies than I do. It's amazing.
Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, dance genius Busby Berkeley and vivacious blonde Joan Blondell team up for a triple feature. First, showgirl Joan goes husband hunting as one of the gold diggers of 1933. Then Secretary Joan keeps boss James Cagney on his toes while marching in Busby's Footlight Parade. And chorus girl Joan blackmails stuffy Hugh Herbert into financing a Broadway show in Dames. Turner Classic Movies lines up a bevy of beauties tonight.
What did I let you think? I told you I had a great show, and I have. It's always the way. I got the show, I got the music, I got the cast, I got the theater, all rearing to go, and it's the old story. Money.
I'm not kidding. I'll give him the money. He'll have it in his office at 10:30 tomorrow morning.
Where are you going to get $15,000?
We'll make those guys pay for their fun, right through the checkbook.
Underneath your...
What do you know about me underneath?
Huh? I mean...
Oh, I know what you mean, you old sugar. You watch out, I'm falling in love with you. And oh boy, when love comes at my age, guess who? last man on earth.
Arrest him.
What's holding up the show? Why aren't you up there doing your number? Do you want to ruin me?
Oh, Brad, what are we going to do?